This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Teammates Mentoring. Teammates Mentoring invites you to join the team, be a mentor. Learn more at teammates.org. And by Faith Regional Health Services. When you need exemplary care, have faith.
State of Nebraska, and we are ready to tip things off with our basketball coverage on News Channel Nebraska up in the Northeast with a pair of teams in a girl-boy doubleheader. Lutheran High Northeast, the host, facing Elkhorn Valley. Kaylin, Devin, and Lucy, if you're here with you today, this is an Elkhorn Valley team that went 28-1 last year, fell in the state championship game. They lost a few key pieces, but pretty much, Lou, this Falcons team reloads.
Yeah, I think they're really good, and one of the things I think they do well, and they did well last year, was play defense. I think that's going to be big today. I think they're going to pressure Lutheran High a lot, try to get steals and get out, run in transition. That was one thing that made them really good. They don't have that big post presence in J.J. Black that they had a year ago, but I think that defense will carry them a long way this season.
Brendan Dittmer's done a fantastic job as the head coach for the Falcons, and looking at the community up in the Tilden and Meadow Grove areas, the biggest thing from them was saying, we're just so proud of the girls and how they got last year, but now let's see what they can do this year. On the other end of the spectrum, Lutheran High Northeast continues its rebuilding under head coach Ryan Cadwalder. This has been a team that has been pretty good the past few years, but lately, the last 2 seasons, they've been slow. They've been trying to rebuild from what they had, really talented players from about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. They had a great program there for a while. The problem that they've had right now is numbers. Right now they have 8 players on varsity. It's tough to rebuild when you just don't have the numbers. And I don't know why that is, but that's one of the issues. So today they're going to have to be strong with the basketball, and they're going to have to avoid fouls. You can't get in foul trouble against a team that's really physical, I think, in Elkhorn Valley. That'll be a challenge today for the Lady Eagles.
Let's flip it back to the Falcons. Cameron Rutchins is a player to watch here today. She's one of the key stars that returns from last year's team and has already been paving the way in the past 2 games.
Yeah, again, I think one of the things with her last year was, even though she averaged about 11 points a game, I just loved her defense, and she brought that extra bit of energy, whether it was off the bench or starting. She just was an energy player. I think that's big today, and I think that's big this season. Cameron Rutchins is a really good basketball player.
And for the Eagles, they lost quite a few players as well, but they do have a nice core of about 3 or 4 players that were in that starting lineup mix from last season. One of those players being Lexi Dinkle, who's off to a good start in her first 2 games.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, right? And Dinkle is a player that averages about 7-8 points a game, about 4 rebounds, a productive player. You're going to want to have some production today. She's going to have to be that kind of go-to player and the player that kind of takes over for her team, especially against, again, a very difficult defense to navigate against.
It's Lutheran High and Elkhorn Valley coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
Headaches and spine pain can be debilitating conditions, but at Faith Regional, there's a specialist who can help in those areas. Let's meet her. I'm joined now by Lynn Pooh, a physical therapist with Faith Regional Health Services. Lynn, your specialties are headaches and back pain. What do your patients typically experience when they come and visit?
A lot of times people do not associate headaches with that's coming from the neck. So my specialty is to look for headaches that is originating from the neck. And I would say more than 80% of the times you can find that the headaches are is coming from the neck.
What about the neck contributes to headaches?
A lot of times the neck problem can be caused from poor posture, sitting too long at a desk. This day and age, a lot of people work with computers a lot, and you don't realize how much sitting that you do per day. And as a result of that, you don't realize how much compression that is being applied to the joints in your neck. So my job as a physical therapist that trained and specialize in treating neck pain and back pain is to teach how to restore that joint to function the right way. And once that joint is restored, they will see their neck pain or their headaches actually gradually dissipate and eventually go away.
How do these patients react when that happens?
My gosh, it's like I get feedback like, you changed my life. And usually they can see the change immediately in the clinic. And once they see that they are feeling better, they are more apt to do the exercise, a little bit more compliant. And because we're more exercise-based, so we are able to teach them the skill to do that at home so that they can restore it themselves.
As far as spine pain, what differences are there associated with that?
Lower back pain is, again, one of probably the most annoying, the most debilitating type of pain. The method that we use are very exercise-based, and I always say it's a very organic way of treating this problem because we don't use medicine, we don't use any machine. We're teaching you how to restore that joint, to get that pain better by moving the right way. Again, we don't cure these problems. My job is to teach them how to manage it so that they can continue to move on with their life.
Lynn, thank you so much for sharing your expertise.
Yeah, thank you.
Lutheran High Northeast and Elkhorn Valley ready for action in this matchup here today. Kaylin Debin and Lou Siefker here with you this afternoon on a Saturday. We're getting ready for some high school hoops. Let's take a look at our school spotlight for both of these squads. There's a look at Elkhorn Valley right there. And Lutheran High Northeast, a part of the GNAC conference, both of these schools. There should be a fun one here today. We'll get ready for more action coming up next on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Bryce, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruge. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatment.
Let's get right into it. We are underway on NCN from Norfolk, Nebraska, Lutheran High Northeast, and Elkhorn Valley. Thanks so much for joining us here today as the Falcons won the tip. They've got the basketball, and we are officially started. Here's a right-hand floater just off the mark from Werner, and it will stay with the Falcons. Caitlin Debin and Lou Siefker here with you today, taking a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Medica. With the Medica Health Plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. Your starters on the floor for the Falcons. It's Russians, Kendall Werner, Kaiten Werner, Ashley Shute, and Ashlyn Dexter. As this shot goes up and in for Dexter Postian.
And almost a steal in the backcourt. Yeah, the one thing that Elkhorn Valley will likely try to do, and that's get the ball in the paint. And unfortunately for Lutheran High, just an undersized team. They just don't have a lot of height. Now there is a steal.
Yeah, steal right off that inbound through the hands of Meyer, and Elkhorn Valley gets the ball and then loses it right back to the Eagles. Lutheran High Northeast trying to beat this full court press, something that Elkhorn Valley is so good at defensively. Lou, you mentioned the defense in the pregame and how talented they are at that way. Right wing three-pointer is no good by Rose Hancock, and here come the Falcons looking underneath for Rutchins. High post jumper from Shute is no good. Good rebound and good ball movement. Dexter Postian uses the size for the bucket. She's already got 4 points. And this pass thrown away. Starters on the floor for the Eagles. It's Meyer, Garcia, Rose Hancock, McDonald, and Dinkle.
Yeah, it's just a noticeable, even without, we mentioned they don't have J.J. Black this year, does Elkhorn Valley, but still a pretty sizable advantage in height against a very small Lutheran High team.
Oh, this is a good turnover by Lutheran High, able to get the steal poked away. And the Eagles up the floor, and then a foul. It's called against Kaiten Werner.
Yeah, Lutheran High needs to be able to find something offensively against a trapping defense. Elkhorn Valley, they'll throw man at you, they'll throw some zone, but they love to trap. So you got to be strong with the basketball, and once you beat that trap, you got to be able to attack into the lane.
A 4-0 lead for the Falcons off the get-go. Elkhorn Valley had a dominant win last night, lose 72-9 over Neely Oakdale. I mean, you look at a game like that and you're thinking, is this team any different from a year ago?
Yeah.
72 points and holding just 9 on defense. That's what Elkhorn Valley did for most of last season.
That was a good defensive play there by Dinkle. Get your hand in the passing lane. Good defense in that post.
Going to pass it in. Here is Elkhorn Valley looking underneath. Nice pass by Shute, able to find Werner for the bucket, and already a 6-0 lead. This ball tipped away and stolen. Nearly taken away again. Rutchins trying to get rid of it. She's double-teamed and out of bounds, but will stay with EV.
Yeah, for the Eagles to stay in the game, you've got to limit turnovers. And again, that's what Elkhorn Valley feasts off of, is stealing the basketball and scoring in transition.
And 5 seconds. Elkhorn Valley not able to get the basketball in. He turns it back over to the Eagles.
I think that's the big thing with Coach Cadwallader, is just get his team to play as hard as you possibly can. You're outsized. You don't have a very deep bench, but just come out and play as hard as you can. Make plays. I've liked their effort so far in this game.
Right wing three-pointer on the way, and that connects for Rose Hancock. The sophomore puts it through.
And she was a player that was very capable scorer a year ago.
Oh, there's another good bucket for Ashlyn Dexter Postian.
Yeah, they've had trouble with her in the post. That's a very difficult matchup, and she's taking advantage of it.
You like the early points, though, from Lutheran High, able to hit that three, and a timeout now on the floor. We'll take one as well. 4:58 to play first quarter, 8-3 it is Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Back into the action in Norfolk, and a travel as we check back into play. Liam Meyer, and it is Falcon basketball.
Yeah, I mentioned without J.J. Black, not as tall, but Elkhorn Valley's not small by any stretch. Dexter Poston at 6 foot, Kendall Werner at 6 foot, so overall a pretty good sized team.
There's a jumper from the outside. That's no good. Rebound collected by Elkhorn Valley, looking underneath and just through the hands of Werner, but she does an excellent job throwing the basketball back, and it goes out off of McDonald.
A smart play there. Good effort play.
Elkhorn Valley looking for their second win of the season. Now, Lutheran High Northeast, this is their second game as well. They did play in a jamboree against Bancroft Rosalie, which was another game they fought well in, but weren't able to get that win. But it's always fun whenever you're going to play a high-quality team in that jamboree.
Yeah, it's good to get, knock that rust off, so to speak. We were talking about that last night in the games that we did last night, and you see the teams that come in without having played a game against another opponent, and it just takes a little while to get the rhythm going. So it's always good to have some opportunities to play against another team before the season starts.
You guys had a fun one between two solid teams, Plainview and Wausau, in that girl-boy doubleheader.
Yeah, both of those were good games.
The free throw here is good. And Dexter Poston, she's already got 7 points. What a start for the senior, the lone senior in the starting lineup for Elkhorn Valley.
Yeah, which was different from last year. You had a lot of seniors, a lot of really good seniors.
They've added a lot of underclassmen this year, and here's another travel. We'll send it back to Elkhorn Valley.
That Elkhorn Valley team last year, you had Carly Broberg, who went off for 40 in a game. You had J.J. Black, who, I called her J.J. Block because she blocked every shot that came in the lane.
Yeah, averaged over 3 blocks per game as Kendall Werner with a floater and the bucket to extend the lead. Stolen away, picked back up by the Falcons. Rutchins thought about it. Instead, will deliver a pass to the top of the circle. Three-pointer off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Another thing this Falcons team is so good at. Don't have as much size as you mentioned, Lou, from last year, but you don't necessarily need size. It's more so hustle in games like these.
Yeah, and as I said, they're not a tiny team. You don't have that 6'3" player in the middle.
Help them get to that 28-1 record, and just falling in that state championship game. They were a half away from a perfect 29-0 season.
Yeah, that was a great season. It hurts to lose in the championship game, but what a tremendous season those girls had. And I think this year's team has a chance to be really good as well.
Over halfway through this first quarter, it is a nice pass over to the low post. Shot too strong from Kaiten Werner. And then an attempt to keep it in bounds by Lexi Dinkle, but not able to do so. We'll stay with Elkhorn Valley. Near side now looking underneath. Good play defensively by Dinkle to swat it out of bounds.
Yeah, Dinkle's been very active. Like the reading that pass, getting her hand in the passing lane.
Now checking in for Elkhorn Valley. That is Carissa Gale. She'll check in for Caton Werner. First quarter today is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. They're building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time, from family practice to expert specialists. They're here for you today and every day. Timeout on the floor, 2:54 to play first quarter. Falcons 11, Eagles 3. This is NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Michael Foods, strong supporters of area athletic. Check out michaelfoods.com for job opportunities.
My name is Jody Larson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. Working for a community bank for me just seems so much simpler because you get to make your decisions here locally. We get to be the heart of the community, and we get to know each other more by name. They're not just a number coming in. We really, truly care about every single person that passes through the door. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
Eleven to 3, it is Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High Northeast, and checking back out of this timeout. 2:54 to play first quarter. It's Kaylin Deppen and Lou Siefker here with you today. Eagles basketball. I'm trying to get it up the floor. They honestly haven't had too many opportunities with the ball up the floor. Got a nice three-pointer from Rose Hancock. There's a jumper just off the mark from McDonald. Coast-to-coast right-hand lay-in is good for Werner.
Lutheran High had a good press break, didn't finish it, but Werner did, coast-to-coast.
It's poked away and stolen. Back to Werner. Feeds it down low. And there's a foul beyond the floor. Got the ball in the hands of Brenna Lawson, another freshman. This is, again, an Elkhorn Valley team that's got a lot of young players on it. You just have 2 seniors on the roster. And from what we've seen so far and from what we know about this team and how Brendan Dittmer coaches, it's probably going to be a pretty good team this year. And excited to see what they can do in the next few seasons with this core group staying together, Lou.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way he coaches. I like mixing defenses, and there's a nice drive. Missed it, though.
Lawson not able to get it to fall. And this taken away. Going back up is Olivia Werner. Misses, gets her own rebound, and finishes for another one of the freshmen, Olivia Werner, with the bucket. Scored 14 points last night. This ball nearly gets away, and it will stay with the Falcons.
Now, one thing I've learned, certainly in the last few years, watching games, is just because you have freshmen playing, don't mean they're not really good players. I think the development at really both boys and girls basketball in the last decade or so has really improved.
That's Gale with a nice find. A senior-to-senior pass to Dexter Postian. And she's got 9 points to lead the way for the Falcons as Gale comes up with the basketball on another Eagle turnover. I think the key for Lutheran High today, Lou, is going to be finding opportunities to get across half court.
Yeah, the press is very difficult, and once they break that press, there's a turnover for Elkhorn Valley. Once they break that press, they've got to be able to take the ball to the basket and try to at least draw a foul or force Elkhorn Valley to come over and try to block the shot. And playing half court here, you got to be patient, work the basketball, but be strong with it.
Well, I love that pass looking inside and the ball tipped away. It will stay with Lutheran High, trying to move the ball around and get around this defense. Garcia looks to the right wing for McDonald, now underneath for Buss. Garcia lost it, had it stripped right out of her hand and picked up by Willow Taki. Taki to the low post, and the pass is blocked. Werner couldn't finish, and then Werner takes it away. Caton Werner tripped from behind and fouled.
This is very much shades of a year ago with that Elkhorn Valley press. They'll meet you at the timeline. They love to trap out high and force you to throw a bad pass or a very difficult pass. They've already forced 12 Eagle turnovers in this first quarter.
Yeah, I need to find a way to limit some of those turnovers to contend against a really good team like Elkhorn Valley. .45 seconds in this first quarter. Moves over to Werner on the wing. Three-pointer is good for Kaiten Werner. She's got 5. That's the first triple today from Elkhorn Valley.
And Kaiten Werner just able to square up and knock that one home. Had a lot of time to get that shot off.
Taken away again by Werner. Puts it into the corner. Three-pointer off the mark. Rebound collected by the Falcons. Good board. Taki, chest pass underneath, and Werner again. She'll use the size and can't hit that shot either, but a good rebound taken in by Dinkle before she's bumped, but the ball will stay with Lutheran High. Such an aggressive defense that Elkhorn Valley plays with, and they'll press against anybody.
Yeah, this is their staple. This isn't just for Lutheran High Northeast. This is what they do to everybody.
One of the reasons why they're so tough to beat is that defense. Shot at the buzzer is no good. And Elkhorn Valley with a dominant first quarter, forcing turnovers and finishing on the shots. They'll take that 23 lead into quarter number 2. This is News Channel Nebraska.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages. Because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health.
Back to the action here in Norfolk. It is Lutheran High and Elkhorn Valley. The Falcons with the lead just had a shot to get a bucket, but good defense by the Eagles. Doing a better job. That's what they'll have to do, to get a swarm to the ball and contend. Try to force some turnovers in your own right. First quarter was a strong start for the Falcons. Oh, look at the ball movement. Oh, not able to finish, but the offensive rebound. The passing was near picture perfect.
Good extra pass, and Rutchins just didn't finish the play, but that was a great passing in that lane area for Elkhorn Valley.
Shoot had it tipped away, now looking for Rutchins. It's back on the floor, and this is a jump ball. Rose Hancock to feed it to Lawson. And that ball gets tipped away and stolen. Another one, but look at the effort. Good defense by Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia didn't give up on the play and stopped, I believe that was Rutchins from getting in the lay-in.
Rutchins, perfect feed and shoot, misses the bunny, misses the rebound. Werner tries to go up, draws the foul, and she heads to the free throw line. Off of that inbound, but not able to finish.
Elkhorn Valley, any shot they want, and they're not found the rim.
Is good. Able to finish in the free throw. One not able to fall. This goes off of the leg of Dinkle, but she's able to corral it. Lutheran High looking to move the basketball around and see what they can do. Dinkle goes through her hands and taken right back by the Falcons. It's Dexter Postian. Warner with a nice pass to the cutting Rutchins for another bucket. That's Cameron Rutchins' first points of the day.
Excellent cut into the lane by Rutchins, and that time a quality finish.
High pass, able to be kept by Garcia and then fouled. Actually call that a jump ball.
And a turnover.
So Rutchins to pass it in for Elkhorn Valley. 23-3 is the lead for the Falcons. Left wing, good ball movement now. Trying to far pass to the right side. Werner goes up. And so that will send Caton Werner to the free throw line again. Went 1 for 2 just a moment ago.
And no question again, the Falcons going inside with that size advantage. And if they're either getting a shot around the rim or they're getting fouled.
Second free throw, good by Werner. Got 7 points for the Falcons today. This goes through Emerson Rose Hancock's hands. And a high pass and a turnover. Ball taken up by Kendall Werner. Three-pointer is short. Fought for and kept in, but Lutheran High's got it. Rose Hancock trying to get past the press. Finds Garcia. Back to Rose Hancock. She'll fire a deep three and misses off back iron. And Garcia kind of hit in the face off the ball. And incidental.
Lutheran High's had trouble getting shots off or getting shot, even looks. Rose Hancock, a good three-point shooter. She was frustrated she missed it.
Left-handed lay-in is good. That's Rutchins with another bucket off the feed from Kendall Werner.
She was one of my favorite players last year, was Rutchins, because she was like the Swiss Army knife for this team. Some nights she scored, some nights she'd get you like 10 rebounds, other nights 5-6 steals. Such a valuable player for. She didn't have to be the star last year. There was a lot of really good players on that team, so she could bring whatever the team needed and did that very well.
Right, with last year's squad, you already mentioned Broberg and Black, but Lily Hartle was another name that we didn't mention yet, but she was someone that you always called your lunch pail player.
Yeah.
Could do pretty much everything.
She's exactly that. She was very much like Rutchins in a little bit different way, but certainly a player that did what the team needed, and that's, you have players like Hartle and Rutchins that are willing to do whatever it takes. That makes you a much, much better team.
There's a jumper in and out. A good look by Garcia. Not able to convert. Here come the Falcons. Kendall Werner. Nice pass. Tough shot. Rebound by Werner. And Caton Werner fouled and going back to the free throw line. She's 50% today. 2 of 4.
And unfortunately, this keeps up. You're going to have some Eagles in some foul trouble before the end of the ball game.
That, and you've got the less amount of players right now, only 8 on varsity. And we talked to Coach Cadwalder before the matchup, and he's saying he's hoping that a lot of those JV players can make that jump up, but not quite yet. It's just really early in the season. But there's a big opportunity here in Lutheran High. A big opportunity to get playing time, to find out what your role and carve out your role as a basketball player in the next few seasons.
Yeah, that's again, that's just part of building the program. But the biggest problem, the biggest hurdle, is just numbers. You just mentioned 8 players on varsity. That's that's tough to scrimmage when you only have 8 players.
Ball taken away. Here come the Falcons again, looking underneath. Malley with some good defense. That shot not good, and the rebound stripped away, taken by Cambry Malley. Down to the corner. It's Wasson. Top of the circle. 3. It's blocked. Rose Hancock gets it blocked by Kendall Werner, who's all alone at the hoop. And the finger roll lay-in to extend the lead.
Well, Kendall Werner got the block and then released down court. Once the ball was taken away, Kendall Werner was down there for an easy lay-in.
Right wing, Garcia steps in. Foul call. Not blocked, but that will send Grace Garcia to the free throw line. 3:43 to go in this first half.
These opportunities you get, they've been few and far between for the Eagles. You got to take advantage of them.
And the free throw is good. I love to take any kind of advantage that you can. Second one converts.
There you go.
It's what you like to do.
Get to the free throw line and shoot a good percentage. That will help you try to climb back in this ballgame.
Mike Wiederin was the coach for a long time at Lutheran High. Did a great job with that program. Haven't been back to state since 2012. They were the runner-up that season after
that was a good team.
Losing to Crofton. Really good squad, but we talked about the numbers, and another thing that's, I think, just frustrating for Lutheran High. You had Olivia Chapman last year, who was your leading scorer, and then she transfers to Battle Creek for her senior season. So you just got that kind of thing that happens along with graduating Reagan Lewis, Sophia Wolf, Faith Baumgartel. Those are all players who were key roles from the Eagles' season last year. Part of a team that just went 2-22.
You wish you could have another year with those players.
Right.
It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
All alone, left-hand lay-in is good for Brenna Lawson, and she gets her first bucket today.
Miley Broberg with the good pass off the rebound.
Here's Malley, and gets fouled.
10 seconds.
Actually.
Yeah.
Goes back to Elkhorn Valley.
2:51 to go before halftime, and Falcons up 26. You got to be thinking about a running clock here in the second half if you...
Taken by Malley and then poked away and fouled.
Yeah, rear bad pass, but Malley in the way there. That's put yourself in that position to make that steal.
She's made some nice plays. In the few minutes that she's had so far, that's encouraging. She's the lone freshman on the roster, a varsity so far, which is an impressive feat on any basketball team.
Sure.
Pass underneath, looking for Dinkel. Good ball movement and taken away. It's Rutchins. Rutchins, coast to coast, lost the ball, and the Falcons keep it.
I'll say one thing for Lutheran High. Despite having a lot of turnovers, they've done a good job to get back after the turnovers. They have not allowed a whole lot of transition buckets.
Yeah, in games like these with new players, as Malley nearly came away with another steal. Far side three is no good by Gale. Over and back. That will be 2 free throws.
And Taylor Watson had good inside position and forced Werner to climb her back. That's a good job. Good fundamental play there. And again, that's why you build a program is it's baby steps, right? It's fundamentals and just, getting better each practice, each game, not worrying about necessarily about the score, but how much better do you get each time out?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the the key. I mean, you hear fundamentals being preached by the highest level of coaches. It's just because that's how important it is. And no matter how good you are, it always comes down to the fundamentals. However much talent you have or might not have, it's always the fundamentals. Now underneath, good pass and a find for Ashley Shute on the board with her first bucket.
Well, Elkhorn Valley's spacing, and they run the floor well. They pass the ball well. They're getting some easy shots.
I'll bring up fundamentals one more time, though. I think that's what Ryan Cadwalder's really trying to do with this team. When you've got limited number of players, you have to instill that mindset into who you have. And then now, whoever you get from that point on, you keep on teaching what they already know. As this bucket in with a foul, Cameron Rutgens with her third basket.
Again, just really beating Lutheran Height at the spot at Elkhorn Valley. They're running the floor. They're getting, as I mentioned, their spacing's good, but they really get to their spots quickly, and it makes it difficult for Lutheran High, even though they're doing a good job getting back on defense. I think Elkhorn Valley doing even a better job at finding their spots and getting some real quality looks.
Caton Werner checks out. I think might have a bloody nose. This free throw good by Rutgens. 30-point lead in the first half for Elkhorn Valley. Doing what they did last night in that 72-9 win over Neely Oakdale. Driving inside, Wasson trips and falls down, and I believe we'll have more free throws. Actually, yeah, we do. Because of the bonus, Taylon Wasson will have another pair of free throws. Was 50% there a moment ago, and these are the opportunities that you can cash in on. Again, if you've got players who can hit free throws, play good defense, everything else just comes with development.
That's good free throw shooting. Make them both.
Wasson's got 3 points, all on the free throw line. Pass tipped away. Rose Hancock came up with it, and then it was Rutgens who took it away from behind. Three-pointer. That's long. Good box out and rebound by Rose Hancock. High post taken away again. Kendall Werner, one of the leaders in steals from a year ago, and that's kind of the reason why. His jumper missed. Shute gets the board. Misses that time. Another offensive rebound. And a bucket for Rutgens. She went scoreless in that first quarter. She's got 9, all in the second. Back to a 30-point lead. Falcons have backed off that press, poked away. There's a good look and a good shot for Taylon Wasson. She's got 5.
Good set that time. Found a quality mid-range jump shot.
.25 seconds. Here's a three-pointer. That connects for Rutgens. Second three for Elkhorn Valley today. She's got 12. The lead is 31. Right side, Garcia finds Dinkle. Had a nice bounce pass and another foul. So back to the free throw line. Go the Eagles.
Well, even if you're not finding a lot of good shots, if you're being aggressive, and you get a chance here now from the free throw line again, make some free throws. You know, again, you're down 31. It's difficult to make that sort of a run, but it helps you in the long run. Just games like this, I think for Lutheran High, it's a tough game, but you learn how to play a little more aggressively, a little bit stronger with the basketball when you face a team that presses the heck out of you like the Falcons do.
Second free throw is good for Dinkle. 6 of 8 shooting from the stripe today for Lutheran High.
Yeah, you'll take that, 75%. Eagles going to do some pressure of their own here.
Trying to get a turnover at the end of the half. There's, a good shot for Willow Taki, but it doesn't fall. And that takes us to the end of the first half of action. Elkhorn Valley with the lead, 41-11 over Lutheran High Northeast. We'll come back with some more halftime stats and dive into what we thought about that first half and give you some insight into the second half. Coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages. Because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Michael Foods, strong supporters of area athletic. Check out michaelfoods.com for job opportunities.
This is Christina Wemhoff from Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We know not everyone's home loan needs are the same, and that is why our lenders have both the practical experience and product knowledge to ensure your solution is a perfect match for your needs. So we invite you to come into your local Madison County Bank branch and talk to us about your dream home today. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Back on News Channel Nebraska, Kaylin Devin and Lou Siefker here with you today, 41-11 at the break. Elkhorn Valley with the lead over Lutheran High Northeast. Let's take a look at some of our halftime highlights. So Elkhorn Valley got off to a hot start, really just forcing the ball down low to Dexter Poston. She was kind of the player that the Falcons were really looking to get the ball to early. So that you had that and plus a lot of turnovers in that first half for the Eagles that really turned into more opportunities for the Falcons.
That's the story of the game, was the pressure from Elkhorn Valley, forced 22 first-half turnovers against Lutheran High Northeast. And Elkhorn Valley did not shoot the ball as well as they could have. A lot of pretty easy looks that they missed. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that came from the turnovers, the quality looks. And here you see just great rebounding, too, off missed shots. The bigger size, players getting inside like that with Werner on that play.
Yeah, I think you could definitely see that with Elkhorn Valley is they're not playing their best game, and they're still up by 30. And on the other hand, though, Lutheran High's done some really nice things. A lot of things that you look at and you say, okay, that's a well-coached team. Maybe they're not putting everything together yet, but they've got some good things that you're seeing for this Eagles squad in just their second game of the year.
The reality is they're overmatched, but you want to see the players play hard. You want to see them. We talked about fundamentals. I think they're doing some good things. It's just difficult when you're got an opponent that is just a lot bigger and a lot more numbers, and it's just difficult. But here you go. There's a good end of the first half set. Got a quality mid-range shot out of that. That's been the struggle for Lutheran High in that first half, is getting the ball across half court and then finding a shot in a half-court set without turning it over. But right there at the end, they were able to do that, sink one down 30. But for Lutheran High Northeast right now, it's not necessarily about the score. It's about getting better and trying to be more competitive, certainly down the road against teams like Elkhorn Valley.
Right. When you take a look at the schedule for Lutheran High coming up, you've got a game against Plainview, and that's a potential. That's a winnable game. Plainview's got a really good freshman in Presley Alexander.
Yeah.
You find a way to shut her down, and there's an opportunity for you if you're Lutheran High. Boone Central be a tough matchup, but so will Humphrey Lindsay. Homer's a really good squad, and West Holt will be good too. So I mean, you've got potential here to compete and a chance to maybe take a couple wins for Lutheran High.
Yeah, it's about getting better and finding ways to compete, and it's difficult when it's stacked against you a little bit. You've got 8 players, and you're not very big. So what can you do well to counter that? And certainly, fundamentally speaking, you want to play good defense. You want to be able to box out. One player I thought did a good job of that was Lexi Dinkle for Lutheran High Northeast. Had 5 all defensive boards, crashing that defensive glass when Elkhorn Valley was really crashing the offensive board. So you get the position, get the rebounds, things like that. But again, it's about doing what you do as well as you can do it, and trying to get better each and every time out, whether it's practice or games. But it's a difficult assignment here this afternoon against a very good Elkhorn Valley team.
30-point lead for Elkhorn Valley as we get you to the third quarter coming up in just a moment. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
Getting ready for the start of the third quarter in Norfolk, Nebraska, Lutheran High Northeast, and Elkhorn Valley. And right now it is the Falcons ahead of the Eagles, 41-31. Let's take a look at some of our upcoming broadcasts that we've got for you. Well, just a couple of days on Monday, we'll have network-wide unified bowling. That starts at 1:20. Thursday, the fun one, Beatrice and Crete. That's at 5:30. Then on the north side on Friday, Battle Creek and Wakefield, a 5:50 p.m. matchup. And Saturday, Norfolk taking on Lincoln Northeast at 1:50. That's your alma mater, not Norfolk.
Yep, Lincoln Northeast.
How about that? Go Rockets.
Yep, I set a lot of records there. At one time I scored 20 points, but 18 were for the other team. So, but it's still 20 points.
Counts as a record for them. Take a look at our socials there on the bottom of the screen. I had those flashed up just a moment ago, but we are back into action in the third quarter, 41-11. Elkhorn Valley, a 30-point lead, going right to the basket. Ashley Schutz, the sophomore, with her second bucket today.
I think if you're Coach Dittmer, the biggest thing you tell your team is, don't take the foot off the gas. Let's get the running clock, but also I think the big thing with them is to finish better. They've had a lot of quality shots that they've missed despite being up 30.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is that, yes, you're winning by 32, and if you get to 40 points, you get the running clock, which doesn't turn off. It'll be that way for the rest of the game no matter what. But I think the thing is you just say, hey, we still need to clean things up. Even though we're winning big, we're not playing our best basketball, and that's evident. Rutchins gets it to Werner, who's back in the game after having that bloody nose. Getting a screen and the pass to the cutting Dexter Postian. Ball taken away. Good defense by Garcia. Then that's poked away from behind. Instead, it's a foul.
Garcia on that defensive end read exactly what Elkhorn Valley was trying to do. Kind of snuck behind an Elkhorn Valley player and then popped out there to steal that basketball. That was a great job defensively.
On the inbound, finding a wide open Meyer. Takes it to the high post and then loses it. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. A good look, though, by Emerson Rose Hancock. She hit a three earlier in the game. Tough shot and a foul. Free throws coming up for the Falcons. Kendall Werner.
I think we were talking about that as we see an excellent drive into contact there for Werner to get to the free throw line. When you're Coach Dittmer, you're certainly not trying to humiliate anybody, but I think you realize you've got a good team and you want them to continue to work on whatever it is that they're trying to do. And in this case, pushing the basketball, pushing the pace, and then finding shots in the lane. Nothing's going to change. That they're going to run their offense and may back off on the press a little bit, but you do what you do, and you want to work on it no matter what the opponent is doing against you.
8 points for Werner as both free throws are good. Yeah, exactly. You back off the press a little bit, which is what they've done on defense. Still forcing turnovers and still finding ways to get the ball into the hands of playmakers. There's a foul and one. Good feed and a good bucket. It's Kendall Werner going back to the free throw line.
That's what I like about Rutchins. Watch Rutchins. She could have taken that, one-on-one and tried to score, but found a better play. And give credit to Werner running the floor very well, making that an much easier pass for Rutchins to make.
A really nice pass to get around the defender. Hook that arm around and deliver a good one. Shot no good on the free throw. Rebound pulled down by Dinkle. Zone defense for Elkhorn Valley.
Very active zone defense, too. They will extend that zone and come get you. As you see right there, 20 feet from the basket.
Ball taken away. It's stolen by Olivia Werner. And a foot out of bounds. Going back to Lutheran High. 2 minutes gone in our third quarter. 47-11 for Elkhorn Valley. If you're looking at that running clock, you just need 4 more points to hold, and then to hold Lutheran High. Werner with the pass, a little long, keeps it in play. Good ball movement, shoot with the roll and the lay-in.
That time it was Werner with a nice pass, an extra pass to shoot in the middle of that lane. That's one thing that made the last year's team really good, and this year's team very obviously the same. Very unselfish bunch.
And another turnover. Possession goes back to Elkhorn Valley. A dominant contest so far for the Falcons. Cameron Rutchins to feed the ball in. Rutchins gets a nice screen from Caton Werner. Then that ball gets taken away. Emerson Rose Hancock with it. And stripped away again. Rutchins with the steal, with the lay-in. 51-11. 40-point lead, and that is in effect for a running clock for the rest of the game.
And now the second half will be a very quick one.
Foul called. And we have a platoon swap of Falcons players. 5-4-5 checking into the contest.
Got the line change going. Take the starters out. Now you're 40. The clock will not stop. So you're going to get some subs. Probably some good playing time here.
Malley goes to the right side for Meyer. Ball tipped away again. Good defense. It's Willow Taki with the bucket. Almost taken away again, and now it is just pulled away by Brenna Lawson and another bucket. And so now you got kind of two things happening here. You have the running clock, but then you also have Elkhorn Valley, who's playing pretty aggressive because you got a lot of players right here, like Lawson, who just got the ball again. These players are fighting for playing time.
Right. Sometimes it's not, it doesn't help you if you're Lutheran Northeast to have the subs for Elkhorn Valley come in because, they're coached to play the same way the starters are. And you're right, trying to break into that rotation, trying to get some playing time. So you're going to bring it as if it were a tie ball game.
Morgan Buss checks into the matchup for Lutheran High. Good movement. Lawson. The floater is no good. Rebound picked up by Meyer. Rose Hancock dribbling down the floor. Got that big brace on her left leg. Drive by Dinkle. Shot no good, but Lexi Dinkle will head to the free throw line.
Like that drive by Dinkle. Baseline drive. It's a strong move. You got to meet the Elkhorn Valley defense, their aggressiveness with some aggressive drives like that one. Dinkle gets rewarded with a couple of free throws.
First one, no good by Lexi Dinkle. This is her second trip to the line today. And the second one, also no good. Jump ball. Stays with the Falcons. It's a good uniform matchup today, too.
Yeah.
I love the uniforms.
Yeah, I like the green with that blue of Lutheran High. That's a good color combination.
It looks good. And then Lutheran High on the trims, you've got the blue, but then you also have some white splotches in there. Looks pretty cool. Some of us are just uniform enthusiasts. What can we say? Blocked. Good defense. Ava Cook with the rejection. Inside three-point jumper and a bucket.
It's
Miley Broberg.
Yeah, Miley Broberg.
It's another freshman.
Looked a lot like her sister on that jumper there. Nothing but net.
Miley had 10 points and 2 boards last night. Like you had, and that's kind of the thing when it comes to the dominant games, because everybody, even if you're not a starter, gets in. Right, you had Miley Broberg last night, not a starter, scored 10 points. Olivia Warner, not a starter, 12 last night, and 6 rebounds. And that 72-9 win over Neely Oakdale. Just exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Meyer on that play with a weak side rebound. Another chance at the free throw line. Lutheran High that first half shot pretty well from the free throw line.
And Meyer connects on this free throw. The one of 2 seniors on the roster gets her first point. Lutheran High was able to score 30 against Wisner Pilger in a 54-30 loss.
Oh.
It's trying to find a way to get more looks offensively, because if you can do that, you'll always have an opportunity. 3 is short. Fought for the rebound, and a nice job by Meyer. Playing hard out there still. Takes the 3 at the buzzer. Long. And it sends us into the fourth quarter. 57-12. Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High. This is News Channel Nebraska.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Fourth quarter about to be underway, 57-12. Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High. My name is Kalen Debin, joined by Lou Siefker here today. Now, these are 2 teams a part of the newly formed GNAC conference from last year. We had a lot of really good squads in the GNAC in both the girls and the boys side. And this Elkhorn Valley team was your first GNAC champion. Shot no good. Rebound fought for, and it's a jump ball.
Bus was kind of laughing after that, but I think if you're Lutheran Northeast, you love that, ripping that ball away. You like that aggressive attitude. That's kind of what you have to bring here against Elkhorn Valley.
Nice pass. Another good feed, and it's a lay-in for Brenna Lawson, who's got 6, this freshman. Gosh, I feel like I've just said that time after time. Freshman and freshman. Keaton Werner's got 7. Brenna Lawson with 6. Miley Broberg's got a bucket. Olivia Werner's got a bucket. All freshmen right there are going to be key players for this Falcon team in the future.
Well, unlike Lutheran High, again, unfortunately, the Eagles only have 8 players. I think if Elkhorn Valley, one of the issues you might have is who's going to play. You know, you got a lot of talent. You got players that may not be in that rotation that are pretty good players.
Taylon Wasson has had a good day at the free throw line. She's 4 of 5, and make that 5 for 6 at the stripe. 7 points for Wasson, leads the team for Lutheran High. And a timeout on the floor. 6:38 to go, 59-14. It's Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High.
I got my colonoscopy for my family.
I get my colonoscopies yearly because I am high risk for colon cancer due to a gene that I carry. And so I feel it's very important to have your screenings to prevent colon cancer.
As a healthcare professional, I see how colon screening saves lives.
I got my colonoscopy because my dad has colon cancer, and he actually ended up with an ileostomy because his cancer wasn't found via colonoscopy. It was found because he had problems later.
At my age, I didn't really think I needed one, but I realized after my first colonoscopy that it was the best step I could have taken for my health.
I got my colonoscopy because I realized the importance of early detection and that PrEP wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to seem.
The first colonoscopy happened at age 45, and subsequently now I have them every 3 years per recommended guideline. Early detection is our best fight against a colorectal cancer if it were to occur.
(59-14) Elkhorn Valley ahead of Lutheran High as Brenna Lawson has that ball taken away, stolen by Garcia, and a foul. Bring Leah Meyer back to the free throw line. It is a running clock game in Norfolk, meaning no matter what, the clock will continue to run due to the 40-point lead.
That's quick. Goes quick when that clock does not shut off.
Got it done with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, so pretty quick for Elkhorn Valley, who had that 30-point lead at the break. Neither free throw falls for Meyer as the Falcons take possession once again. Good ball movement from the high post, handing it off, and that shot no good. Offensive rebound back up, and no foul. Cameron Rutchins not able to put it in. Have an opportunity at the baseline.
Yeah, Rutchins back in the ball game. Didn't know if we would see any of the starters.
Got to get rid of it, though. She does. Back inside. Nearly taken away, and a good move, but not able to finish. Ava Cook, good defense by the Eagles. Meyer finds McDonald. Meyer gets a screen, takes it down low, and has it blocked. Good defense by Qualset. Looks like we'll have a lot of the starters will check back in for Elkhorn Valley.
Yes, running a lot of players in and out. Another 5-player line change for the Falcons.
It's like hockey.
Yeah, very much.
Talked about Elkhorn Valley just having those numbers. There's a three off to the left. Ball going back to the Falcons. But, again, you look at Lutheran High. Yes, you've got 8 players on varsity right now, but then you've also got 6 on JV. 5 of them are freshmen. And so if you're Ryan Cadwalder and you seeing this, right, like you have the opportunity, again, to build those fundamentals, to continue doing what you do in terms of coaching. But you have a lot of players to work with and to build in your style and to really develop over the coming years.
Absolutely. That's Bucket Miley Broberg again. You can see her ability. A young basketball player, but she's going to be really good.
Left wing three-pointer is long. Malley with the rebound and then stolen by Werner and a foul. We'll have the boys game after this one as well. Lutheran High and Elkhorn Valley. That should be a really competitive matchup.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. That boys game should be fantastic. I think 2 teams that are definitely contenders, and they're different. They're 2 different classes, but contenders to make state this season.
High pass and then a foul.
That's a pretty good pass there over the top of the defense. Go up strong through contact, get to the free throw line.
Free throw is good. Caton Werner.
Werner and Rutchins both in double figures.
Got a lot of Werners.
Yeah.
On this team.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Elkhorn Valley.
I know. It's basketball family.
Absolutely.
With Derek and Christy and the job that they've done raising the kids. And, of course, Derek, the head coach of the boys team. We'll see that squad in just a few minutes. Just over 2 minutes to play. Make sure to stick around to our post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports. And our top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Under 2 minutes to play. 63-14. And a foul. Emerson Rose Hancock to pass it in. So for Lutheran High, again, you've got a team that's about to be on a 22-game losing streak. It's frustrating for any program. But, Lou, what have you seen today that has just given you hope for Lutheran High?
Well, I think that you've got some players that have played hard. I think there's good players. Don't have the size you would like to have, but I think Dinkle was a player I thought that stood out. I think Rose Hancock's a player that can make shots. Lee Meyer had some good hustle. And Garcia showed some things there. I mean, this is a team that, again, we've said it before. Ernst Hancock just got to keep getting better each time out.
Willow Taki tries to go coast to coast and travels. Speaking of traveling, if you're out on the roads in northeast Nebraska, drive safe. Seen some snow drive out there there today.
Yeah, the temperature's right around freezing, so you're always worried about some patch of ice.
Three-pointer, left wing, no good. Offensive rebound. Nice job by Wasson. Gets it over to Garcia with the jumper. Another offensive board by Wasson, but taken away. Miley Broberg with it. The final 15 seconds of the game. Three-pointer, Willow Taki short. Elkhorn Valley will take another three. That's no good. And that should end this matchup. Clock runs down to 0. And a dominant win for Elkhorn Valley, 63-14, your final score here today. We'll make sure to stick around because we'll have our post-game interviews. We'll also have our top plays coming up in just a moment as we get ready for the boys' game between the Eagles and the Falcons. That's coming up next right here on News Channel Nebraska.
The post-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruki. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information. When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Michael Foods, strong supporters of area athletic. Check out michaelfoods.com for job opportunities.
My name is Jody Larson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. Working for a community bank for me just seems so much simpler because you get to make your decisions here locally. We get to be the heart of the community, and we get to know each other more by name. They're not just a number coming in. We really, truly care about every single person that passes through the door. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer, with a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
Ready for our top plays here today. Let's take a look. All right, so here we are, your top plays. There's a good bucket for Elkhorn Valley. Caton Warner, a lot of players got involved in this matchup here today. Now on the right wing, three-pointer on the way, and that's good for Rose Hancock. They did a nice job getting that shot to fall. Good ball movement by Elkhorn Valley and some good defense by Lutheran High. This was a game where it got out of hand pretty quickly due to the amount of turnovers and the success that the Falcons were having at the rim. There's a good shot. Kendall Warner put it up with the right hand and got it to go. A running clock type of game due to the amount of points, turnovers, and once it hits that 40-point threshold, game just continues to go by pretty quick. Still in the first quarter, it's 17-3. Three-pointer on the way, and that is good. Caton Warner finished with 9 points in that first half. So now we go to quarter number 2, 27-3, make it 29-3 with another lay-in. Continue to add points on Caton or for Elkhorn Valley. Moving into late second quarter. Right hand, Ashley Shute. Really good win for Elkhorn Valley as they're just continuing to pour on points, getting turnovers, knocking down shots. Still not the cleanest the game for the Falcons, but led by 30 points at the end of the first half. There's a bucket on the outside that knocked in. A good jumper for Lutheran High, made by Taylon Wasson. Wasson was the only player with a field goal today. Everyone else got their points from the free throw line. 51-11. That's when the running clock gets in effect. But how about the steal in the lay-in? Brenna Lawson had some nice plays from a couple of the substitutes for Elkhorn Valley. Another bucket there. Late third quarter, mid-range jumper falls for the Falcons. It's another good bucket. A team that was a game away from winning a state championship last year. Part of the reason why is because of the good ball movement they have, and they just play a really tough defense. That ends things with our top plays as we now send you down for our player of the game, brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point. Redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk, living better. Here's Lou Seeker with head coach Brendan Dittmer.
Well, the Elkhorn Lady Falcons, a year ago, they were the state runner-up. They might have a pretty good basketball team again this year. Dominating win today over Lutheran High Northeast here in Lutheran High's gym, and I'm joined by Brendan Dittmer, head coach. Now, coach, is it tough to kind of analyze a game like this? You're playing a Lutheran High team. They're undersized, understaffed. What did you like about your team? What were some things maybe you weren't so happy about?
Well, you know, obviously there's a lot of things that we can improve on. Our out-of-bounds plays were actually really good today, so we executed well there. our press, with our length, I started the way that we started because of that. We want to use it to our advantage, and I like the way that our girls are meshing, especially if they're maybe even playing out of position a little bit, like if they're a post and they're actually playing a guard spot for us. So, our chemistry, it's coming together, and piece by piece, I think we'll put it together.
Is one of the harder things, just looking at your roster, is it one of the harder things is to figure out a rotation? You got a lot of players that can contribute.
It is, and right now, I think JV games are going to be vital, because we got a really good freshman class, and we just talked about it in the locker room in there, but our competitive practices are sometimes our best thing throughout the whole week, and our girls have to take a lot of pride in that, that I can throw any of them in there at any given time, and they can compete for us, and they probably are going to make a play for us.
I think with your team, we saw it a year ago, and I think it really hasn't changed. Everything starts on that defensive end for you guys, don't it?
It does, and the girls actually, I have them do goals at the start of the year, team goals and things like that. Then I build my team goals based on that. And it was amazing. Every single one of them had some kind of a defensive team goal on there. So they take a lot of pride in themselves. And so for me, when I'm promoting it at practice, they buy in right away.
We're going to be talking to Cam Rutchins here in just a minute. She was a player that was kind of a role player for you last year. Did a little bit of everything for you. Maybe a little bit more important role, maybe as a leader. What have you liked about her so far this season, this young season?
Yeah, she is. We made her a captain on purpose. She's a junior for us, but she started since she was a freshman. And actually, I look back to her very first game when she was a freshman. She was our leading scorer. I don't think she planned on that. It just happened. She's a great player, and I think she's looking for ways to be unselfishly selfish, if that makes sense, right? Find a little bit more ways to score for our team. That's within the confines of what we want to do.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. We love it too, Coach. As Brendan Dittmer, head coach of Elkhorn Valley, let's get Cameron Rutchins in here. Cameron, just talking to Coach about it. A year ago, there was a lot of other players that could score, and yeah. I think you had your role was kind of do whatever it took, right? Defense, rebounding, things like that. Has that role changed at all in this new year?
I think definitely a little bit, because we had 3 amazing seniors last year, Carly, JJ, and Lily. But, me and Kendall returning, and we have amazing talent coming up, and it's just so nice to have everyone coming off the bench. It's always nice as a player to look to have your unselfish moments, but I think we play great team basketball, and that helps with our wins. And I think it all starts from our defense in the first place, too.
It's got to be fun playing with players that are going to give up a good shot to get a great shot. That's what you guys seem to do all the time.
Yes, we're all best friends, and, the way that we push each other in practice every day is what creates chemistry like this. And it's just great because we have a full confident team. Everyone ready to shoot, catch ready to shoot, but also everyone looking inside, looking for the extra pass. It's great.
How much fun is it to play this style of defense? You guys trap, you guys get steals, you run the floor. That's got to be fun. You're tailor-made for that system, too.
It's not common, but we love using our length, and we love getting out and running. It just gets us into the flow of the game.
I always ask the question, this is what, game 2? Do you guys talk at all about getting back to state? You had such a great year. Do you worry about what happened last year? This is our team, and we're going to be the best team we can be this year?
We don't worry about it. We use everything as a lesson, and we know that we have big shoes to fill with 3 seniors gone, but it's obviously sitting in the back of everyone's minds. It's our goal for the end of the year, but we're just going to keep pushing right now and hopefully get there.
Well, Cameron, you had a great game tonight. It was 12 points, 5 rebounds, but, you guys are such a good team. But yeah. you really stood out. You're our player of the game. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that's Cameron Rutchins, our player of the game. Kaylin, let's send it back to you.
As we are now getting ready for the boys' game, it's coming up next on News Channel Nebraska. 63-14 win for Elkhorn Valley over Lutheran High Northeast. Boys' game will be ready in just a few minutes. This is NCN.